Now, as I was saying, and I was talking about Maya Angelou, and she was saying that she doesn't consider her life to be hell. She said it may not be heaven, but it sure isn't hell. Isn't that a paradox? I mean, isn't that a contradiction? What does that mean? It may not be heaven, but it sure isn't hell. It's either one or the other, isn't it not? Either that or it's a bittersweet experience. So you have a bit of hell and a bit of heaven, perhaps. Some people have a lot more hell than others, and others have a lot more heaven than others. Necessarily because you have heaven, does that mean that you're on the right path and it's all good? Hansel and Gretel? Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden, and some others. Is there no greater test? No greater thing to come out of it than just say, hey, I've got everything I need. My barn houses are full. And so now what? All I've got to do is kick back, relax, eat, drink, have orgies, and be merry. Kind of like what Jesus was talking about. The moths and the thieves that do come and steal, and the moths are corrupt. And the barn houses are full with everything that you need in life. Is there no greater test than that? I don't know. I'd question it. And here I am, trying to get me a little something myself perhaps one day. So let me not be a hypocrite. But I tell you, it's like rolling some dice. Everything you do is like rolling dice for the most part, unless you have something that says, I know what happens when I do this. And this is a result of what happens when I do this. And even that comes with something that can be an uncertain result, depending on all kind of things. Like I got some chips over there, some Lay's potato chips I got from the trash can yesterday, a bag, family-sized bag. And I'm thinking about the chips, Every time I eat one of those chips, I'm making a decision to do something that has, as you well know, that everyone knows this, right? It's beating, it's running to the ground. For every cause, there's an effect. So every time I eat one of those chips, something takes place. It can get to the point where you're just making all kind of random, indiscriminate decisions out here. And then your result is, at the end of it all, give it a year, and you're like, well, this is the result. Not necessarily am I that bad of a position in a lot of ways. I could have made many decisions in life much worse than these. And maybe the decisions that I did make in life were necessary to get me where I'm at right now. Maybe it's the same way with you. But do I feel like I can make better decisions? Of course I do. Based on what? Based on a lot of things. One of the things it's based on is the society that I'm living in right now. But a lot of decisions that you say I make in this society that I'm living in right now, which will be better decisions per what the society deems and rules as a better or a good decision, would not be a good decision someplace else in another society in the world. But you say, yeah, but this is the society that you're in right now. But yeah, the same society someplace else in the world would say these decisions that you're making are pretty much destructive. Kind of like the Lay's potato chips that I eat. And then you can say, well, we know the result of that. It's not that big of a deal. Just eat in moderation. Matter of fact, here, have a rice cake. Some of those societies that would judge this society for the standard American diet and say it's sad, and say have a rice cake instead. And then they eat the rice cake and they know the result, right? Because they've done it so many times before and they say this is the result. So it isn't so random until they choke on the motherfucking rice cake and now they're dead. They weren't expecting that, were they? Because if they had been expecting that, then maybe not have eaten the goddamn rice cake in the first place, right, Buddha? Siddhartha?